Good morning, my dear students. Myself, Rachana BP. So, I am going to handle business studies for you all. So, I have studied MCom and I have experiences of 8 years experiences in teaching business studies as well as accountancy. But in this year, I am going to handle only the business studies for you people. Yes. So before going to start business studies, the meaning and definition and along with something we are going to discuss, let me know. Yes. So this is a new concept which you people are not studied in your school days, is it? So the commerce, it's a new combination which you people are choose to study in your UPU sessions. So here business studies and along with in a commerce you are going to study business studies, economics, accountancy and computer science. So here the economics you people are studied in a school and along with business studies is a new subject, accountancy also a new subject, and the computer science little bit you are learned computer science in your school days, that is related to computer and related to hardware and software you people are know. But these two, that is business studies and accountancy, are new subjects for you people, and you feel some persons may feel this is easy and some person feel it's very difficult because of a new concept, is it? So here business studies and accountancy both are easy subjects. Here accountancy is completely practical oriented, that is means there will be a problems. So in that, for the first PUC you will be having a theory as well as problems will be there. But business studies completely 100% theoretical background. So here we don't have any practical oriented anything, but some activities will be involved to learn more practical, so that in the business studies. So let me discuss about the syllabus first. That is, in your first PUC we have 11 chapter. So in that they have been divided into two parts. That is our first part 1. So in the part 1 first, that is business, trade and commerce. Second one, forms of business organization. Third one, private, public and global enterprises. Next, fourth one, business services. Next, fifth one, emerging modes of business. And sixth one, social responsibility. Social responsibility of business and business ethics. So this is part 1. In the part 2, seventh one, forms of company, formation of company. Eighth one, sources of business finance. Ninth one, small business. 10th one, internal trade. 11th one, international business. Yes. So here in the business you have 11 chapters. In those 11 chapters has been divided into two parts. That is, in the part 1, the business study, business, trade and commerce, forms of business organization. Third one, private, public and global enterprises. Fourth one, business services. Fifth one, emerging modes of business, and as well as social responsibilities of business and business ethics. So completely 6 chapters are in the part 1 and the next 5 chapters are in the part 2. That is 7 chapter, formation of a company, so sources of business finance, 9th one, small business, 10th one, internal trade, and along with 11th one is international business. So here I come to part 1 in this business, trade and commerce. So in the business, trade and commerce, you are going to learn the basic, means the meaning of business, the meaning of trade and along with meaning of commerce. So what are the differences between business, trade and commerce? So what are the characteristics or objectives or basic factor we are going to discuss in first one, business, trade and commerce. In the second chapter, the forms of business organization, means here the forms of means that is at variety or modes or at types of business. So what are the types of business or organizations are there? That is, for example, we have sole proprietorship, partnership, then joint stock company, Hindu undivided family and cooperative society. So like this 5 to 6 forms are there. We are going to discuss, that is in the second chapter. The next one, the third chapter, private, global and private, public and global enterprises. Yes, in the private, public, in the third chapter we are going to discuss, that is what is private company and what is public company and along with what is global enterprises. So what are their roles and what are their objectives, we are going to be discussed in the third chapter. The next fourth chapter, business services. So in the business services, that is, so what are the types of services are there? The best example, insurance, transportation, warehousing, is it? So many services are there. Telecom services, communication, so many services are there. So in that we are going to be discussing the business services. So what are, how many types of services are there? So what are their types or what are their advantages, what are their objectives, we are going to discuss in the business services. The next one, emerging modes of business, means that is at present situation. So what are the new technology upgradations or can be seen in the business activity? The best example, ATM, online payments, is it? That is by using credit card and debit cards, is it? So those are new technological, that is emerging modes, that is newly existing, newly establishing modes is what are there for the business. We are going to be discussed in the emerging modes of businesses. The next one, sixth one, social responsibilities of business and business ethic. Yes, obviously social responsibility means is nothing but we are in the society. So for the society, we used to be provide something to a society. For example, it may be providing some money or some foods to orphans or old age homes, or contributing something to a society for the development of the society. It's an example for social responsibility. responsibility. So what is social responsibility? What are the rules of social responsibility? Why the company has to be taken into consideration of social responsibility? We are going to be discussing the social responsibility. Then a business ethics. Ethics is nothing but values, a moral, that is a company or business has to be followed to get a survive in the society. So now society will survive agbeku andre we need some ethics. So what are the ethics is? So what is ethic? We are going to be discuss in the business ethic, that is in the 6th chapter. Then come to part 2. So in the part 1 completely we are going to learn the basics. Means that is what is business, so taxes ಏನಿದೆ, and along with company ಯಾವ variety companies ಗಳಿದೆ, what are the services, so we are going to discuss. So in the second part, that is inside, that is internal part, that is formation of a company. Yes, so I'm going to be fixed to establish a new company. So what are the stages that has to be followed? What are the procedure has to be followed to make a registration of a company? So that we are going to be seen in the formation of a company. The next one, sources of business finance. Means, so to run a business we need a finance, is it? So without a finance we cannot carry out or we cannot bring into an action of any kinds of an activity. For that one, where we can arrange the finances, whether to get a loan from banks or whether to buy the loans from our neighbors or relatives or from other financial institution, which one is best? So that we are going to be discussed in the sources of business finance. The next one, small business. Yes, so in the which one? In the businesses we have the varieties of businesses are there, that is small scale, medium scale and large scale. So in the small businesses we are going to only discuss about a small businesses. So in the next one is internal trade. Internal trade means that is internal, the activity which is going to be carried out within a country, that is buying and selling of goods and services within the country. It is called as a internal trade. So in the internal trade we are going to discuss what are the varieties of internal trades are there, so what are their advantages and what is their role, we are going to discuss in the internal trade. The next one, 11th one, international business. In the international business we are going to discuss, that is international means that is outside the country, buying and selling of goods that is outside the country. So that is called as international business. So in the international business, so what are the types of companies are there and what are their roles, what are their advantages and what are their restrictions towards, or what is the procedure for make a international business, we are going to be discussed in the international business. Yes, completely 11 chapters are there. So in the 11 chapters are your syllabus of a first PUC. So in the today's session we are going to start with the first chapter, that is business, trade and commerce. So here you would have heard the word of business, is it? So Nima, either it may be your father, your cousin, your relative or neighbor, anybody can be, some people will be involved in the business, you would have heard. So then what is business then? ಸೊ ನೀವು ಕೇಳಿರ್ತೀರಲ್ವಾ ವರ್ಡ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಎಸ್ ಏನಾಗಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಎಸ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ನಿಮ್ ಫಾದರ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಈಸ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್. ಎಸ್, ದೆನ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ದೆನ್? Is it? So whether it is possible, whether it is easy to run a business, you might have see whether your father is doing a business, he'll be involved with the more riskiness. Is it? He'll be in the more tension. So is it? So then what is business then? Here a business is a, first thing, business is being busy. Business is, that is being busy. Yes. So here activity which is involved in being busy in producing something. So yes, I'll give an example. Yes, If your friend or if your sister or brother is simply sitting and simply seeing the movie or watching the TV, so he is also says I'm busy in watching the TV. Whether can we call it as a business? No, it cannot be called as a business. He is busy, but he is not producing anything. He is not providing anything. Only simply sitting and simply watching the movie. Is it? So here business means being busy in which? In producing. In producing or procuring the goods and services with. Yes. So here you should be busy in either in producing something. In producing means that is converting raw material into finished goods. Finished goods. Yes. Producing means either is producing something, that is converting the raw materials into finished goods. Either supplying the raw material to somebody or supplying the semi-finished goods to somebody. Means here between the raw material and the finished goods we have three stages, that is a raw material stage. Is raw material, semi-finished and finished goods. Here raw material means that is you can take an example of sugar cane. Sugar cane is a raw material. So here then the semi-finished goods, the liquid can be taken as a semi-finished goods, the liquid, and the finished goods is it's a sugar. So here in converting the sugar cane into sugar we have three stages, that is the raw material stage, sugar cane, semi-finished goods, that is our sugar cane has been converted into as a liquid. The next one, the final stage, that is sugar. So here even the sugar cane supplier is also saying that I am doing a business. Even the person may convert the sugar cane into a liquidity, that is sugar cane liquid can be, juice can be converted, and in this one also can be supplied to a production unit. That person is also called as a doing business. And along with which person is going to convert the goods, that is liquid, into a finished goods, that person is also called as a businessman. So here producing means that is converting the raw material into a finished goods. Either something used to be produced or in some activity has to be involved, that is which activity involved with earning of money. Yes, either producing or procuring. What is procuring? Procuring is nothing but collecting. Procuring is nothing but collecting. What is going to be collect? Either raw material, either finished, semi-finished goods, either finished goods. Anything may be collected for the purpose of production, for the purpose of supply to somebody. So even that person is also called as has been involved with the business activity, because he is being busy in procuring the goods, collecting the goods, collecting the raw material, or some person is busy in producing the goods or converting the raw materials into a finished goods. And goods or services. Goods is nothing but it's a tangible item. That is what is tangible then? Tangible means that which we can be seen, which we can be feel, which we can be touch. So that is called as a tangible item. So tangible items or things anta heli kariಬಹುದು. Then what is service? Services is nothing but it is intangible. Intangible. Yes, intangible means just we can feel it but we cannot see or we cannot touch. Just we can feel. The best example, transportation. Is it? You can be sit in a bus and you can feel that we are moving. Is it? So it's a kind of service. Either it may be another one example of restaurant. They used to be provide the food ordered by you and they used to be eat. So by eating they enjoy the service. Is it? For that service they are converted the raw material into a ordered goods and they had been supplied. You are consume the goods that which you are ordered and you are enjoying with the services. Is it? But for what purpose they are producing? For the purpose of, that is, goods and services with the motive of services with the motive of earning profit. Yes. So now I has been involved with producing or procuring some goods and services. For what purpose? Just for buying and selling? Without income? No. Its a main purpose is to earning something, earning profit with the motive of profit. Is it? So here that is a person or a business is being busy. They has to be busy in producing or procuring the goods and services with the motive of earning money. So first thing, I should be busy. Then I should produce the product or procure the goods and services with the motive of earning profit. So obviously, even a small peddler or small street seller, every person will be having the motive of earning money. So the best example, take an example of tomato seller. So the tomato seller, the kg will be used to be buy a tomato at a larger quantity. Either it may be for 20 kgs, either it may be for 10 kgs. When he buys the goods at a larger quantity, the prices will be lesser. The best example, the tomato seller buy the goods for rupees per kg. Per kg, take an example of 20 rupee. 20 rupee, he had been buy at 20 kgs. Okay, but he used to be sell the goods per kg 25 rupees in the streets per kg. Yes, per kg. Now, he had purchased the tomato only for 20 rupee. Is it? Because he had purchased at 20 kgs at a bulk. But he used to sell the same tomato to our buyers or the consumers for the 25 kg. Why? Because the consumers buy the goods for the smaller quantity. Either it may be for half kilo, 1 kilo, 2 kilo, 3 kilo. Is it? It's a smaller quantity. But the 20 kgs are larger quantity. So that's why the larger quantities, for the large quantity goods, there will be a lesser amount. The prices can be deductible. But for the smaller quantity, the price cannot be deducted. So in that cases, so For these two differences, he used to earn 5 rupees as a profit for per kg. 1 kg ಗೆ ಅವರು ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ತಗೋತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ? 5 rupees. Is it? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು? So this is a profit. Even the small tomato seller will be having a making of profit. He has been involved with he has been busy in supplying the tomato to our consumers. Is it? So in that thing, he had purchased the tomato for 20 rupees, but is selling the tomato for 25 rupees. So the difference is amount, that is a 5 rupees can be called as a profit. Even the tomato seller have the mind of making a profit. That is motive of earning profit. So this is business. So in the business, there will be a main motive is earning the profit. Is it? So again I am explaining with the business meaning. So here business means business is being busy. Being busy. So they has been involved in doing some activity, not other activity like watching TV or cooking or doing something. So not those things. He has been being busy in which activity? That is producing or procuring. Producing is nothing but producing something, that is converting the raw material into a finished goods. Either procuring is nothing but collecting or assembling. So the procuring the goods from the supplier, either from the distributor, and those things has to be sold to a customer. So procuring the goods and services with the motive of earning profit. For what purpose they are producing, for what purpose they are procuring, or for what purpose they are been busy in earning the profit. Is it? So here, then what is profit? Profit andre ಏನು ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ? Profit andre ಏನು? That is excess of expenses. Excess of over than expenses is called as a profit. The income should be more. Income minus expenses or expenditure. Expenses equals to profit. Hadene expenses minus income means if the expenses is more, the income is less, then it's called as a loss. So here, when the income is more, the expenses is less, then it's called as a profit. In the same way, when the expenses are more, the income is less, it is called as a loss. So here, our profit is nothing but income over than the expenses is called as a profit. So every business has been involved with earning of or motive of profit. Without profit, any business cannot be exist. Is it? For example, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಇವಾಗ at present I will be having an investment. So ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಒಂದು 5 lakh rupees investment ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So now I am going to be start the business. Okay ನಾ? Yes. ಆ 5 lakh rupees ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿನದ ತನಕ ನೀವು ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗೋದಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗೋದಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತಾ? ಓಕೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ 1 year or 2 years. Okay, take example of 1.5 years. Then what about for the next years? Is it? For the investment, ನೀವೇನು ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರಾ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕು ಗೊತ್ತಾನೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಬಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಇಂದ ತಾನೇ ನಾವು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದು. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್, ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ ಮೋಟಿವ್ ಆಫ್ ಅರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್. ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್? ಎಸ್. ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್, even the business is also called as a economic activity. Yes. So then what is economic activity then? What is economic activity? What is economic? You are learned in the school days. That is economics. You are learned. Is it? Then what is economic activity? The activity. The economic activity means that is activity which is concerned with earning of money. Yes. Activity which is involved with earning the money, that activity is called as a economic activity. So here, why the economic activity means any activity which has been involved with earning of money, so that is called as economic activity. So why the business is called as economic activity? Because economic or business is a motive of earning profit. Profit is nothing but money. Profit is related to money, is it? So that's why business is also called as a economic activity. Business is also called as a economic activity. Normally the activities are classified into two types. Activities are classified into two types. That is the first one, economic activity. Economic activity. Second one, non-economic activity. Non-economic activity. Yes. You are come through with economic activity meaning. Is it? That is economic which has been involved with earning the money. Is it? So that activity is called as a economic activity. The best example for economic activity, business, employment, profession. So these three are the example for economic activity. The business, the motive is earning of profit. Employment, the motive of earning, getting a salary. Salary is nothing but money activity. Then the profession. So the best example, the doctor. The doctor is treating a patient for the purpose of earning the money. Means he used to collect the fees. The best example, lawyer. The lawyer is to take up cases for a purpose of earning the fee or to collect the fee from the clients. Is it? So that's why these three are the classifications of economic activity and along with example of economic activity. So economic activity means activity which has been concerned with earning the profit. That is economic activity. The next one, non-economic activity. Then what is non-economic activity? Non-economic activity means they are not been involved with the money, but they has been involved with honest values, helping or sympathy, concern. Clear? But they are helping somebody. The best example, you are going to help your father in either it may be in any some other activity. So for that return, whether people are going to ask anything, yes, ಅಪ್ಪ ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತು ನನಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಸೊ ನೀನು ನಮಗೆ ನಾಳೆ ನನಗೆ ಮನಿ ಕೊಡಿ ನನಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋಕೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತೀರಾ. ಇನ್ನ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, while going to your home or while you going to somewhere else, some accident has been happened. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇರಿಸ್ತೀರಾ. ಸೊ ಈಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಗುಡ್. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ಗೆ ಸೇರಿಸಿದ ನಂಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ? ನೋ. by your moralness, by your values and by some sympathy, you are treating that person without expecting anything. Is it? ಸೊ ನಾವೇನೂ ಕೂಡ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ದೇನೆ ನಾವು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ನಾವು ಲವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮದರಿಂದ ನೀವೇನಾದ್ರು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಪ್ರೀತಿ ತೋರಿಸೋದಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಲವ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಕೇರ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಕ್ಕೆ? ನೋ. ಇವತ್ತು ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಕೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ನನಗೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? ನೋ. It is a non-economic activity. So non-economic activity means an activity which has not been motive of earning profit, but there will be motive of helping somebody, caring, loving. Is it by sympathy? So that is a non-economic activity. The best example ಹೇಳಿದೀನಿ, helping mom in the kitchen or treating the person who has been accident in the road. So them ಅವರನ್ನ ನಾವು ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ಗೆ ಅಡ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಕೇರ್ ಅನ್ನು ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ಇದರ್ ದ example for non-economic activity. So non-economic activity means activity which has been involved by love, care, sympathy without expecting anything. ನಾವು ಏನು ಕೂಡ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ. Only we used to care them, we used to treat them in a very good manner. So that is a non-economic activity. Understood about economic and non-economic? Economic means money oriented, non-economic means that is a value oriented, that is are related to a helping, caring, concern or showing the love or by sympathy involving some activity. It is called as a non-economic activity. So economic activities ಇಲ್ಲಿ again we have three types, that is business, employment and profession. So here economic activity ಗೆ example ಯಾವುದು? business, employment and profession. Even the employment as economic activities are also classified into three categories, that is business, employment and profession. So here we are learning the business part now. So ನಾವೇನು business part ಅನ್ನು ಇವಾಗ ಕಲಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. So that's why business is called as a economic activity. Why it is called as economic activity? Because they are being involved with earning a profit. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮೋಟಿವ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ? ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಮೋಟಿವ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು? ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Yes, is an economic activity, and another one is that is involved in the production, and sales of goods and services. Undertaken with earning profit along with by satisfying human needs human needs in the society. It's a definition of a business, that is business is being busy. Business is being busy and business is a economic activity. Economic activity involved in the production or sale of goods and services, either producing the goods, either selling the goods and services, with they'll be having a motive of earning profit for whom they are supplying by satisfying the human needs in the society. ಏನಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾವು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಏನಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾವು ಅರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? for the purpose of satisfying the customer needs, wants. Is it? So satisfying the human needs is in the society. It's the definition of a business. So again I'm repeating. Business is being busy and business is a economic activity involved in the production and sale of goods and services undertaken with earning profit by satisfying the human needs in the society. Without satisfying the human needs, we cannot earn the profits. The best example, ಈಗ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್, ಯಾವುದೊಂದು ಸೋಪ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವುದೊಂದು ಲೋಷನ್, ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ಆ ಸೋಪು ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ನೀಡ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅದನ್ನ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಫುಲ್ಫಿಲ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಇವಾಗ ಏನಿದೆ ಸೋಪ್ಸ್, ನೀವು ಯಾವುದೋ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಸೋಪ್ ಯಾವುದೋ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತೀರ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಆ ಸೋಪು ನಿಮಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಡ್ರೈನೆಸ್ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಅದ್ರ ಸೋಪ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೂ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಮಾಯಿಶ್ಚರೈಸರ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅಥವಾ ನಮಗೆ ಬೇಗ ಟ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಷ್ಟು 100% ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ನಮಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವಾಗ ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಹೊಸ ಸೋಪ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ಆ ಸೋಪು ಹಳೇ ಸೋಪಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಏನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಮೇಕ್ ಓವರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ವೆನ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬಿನ್ satisfy the customer needs and wants, then the demand is going to be increase. ಯಾವಾಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಅವಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಮಗೆ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ಸು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ನ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬೈ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವಾಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದಾಗ ನಾವು ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕಲಿ ಏನೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನಾವು ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಅದೇ ಥರ ಇನ್ನ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಲು, ಯಾವುದೋ ಹೋಟೆಲ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ಹೋಟೆಲ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವು ತುಂಬ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ವೆರೈಟಿ ಫುಡ್ನ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ಒಬ್ರು ಮಸಾಲೆ ದೋಸೆ, ಒಬ್ರು ಸ್ನ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್, ಒಬ್ರು ಇಡ್ಲಿ ವಡ, ಸೊ ಒಬ್ರು ಬೇರೆ ಪಲಾವ್, ಅವರು ಬೇರೆ ಏನೇನೋ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಸೊ ಯಾವ ಫುಡ್ಡು ಕೂಡ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಒಬ್ಬರೇ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಐಟಮ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಐಟಮ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರಲ್ವೇನೋ, ಬೇರೆ ಐಟಮ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದೇನೋ ಅಂತ ಫೀಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಬಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಟೀಮ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ವೆರೈಟಿ ಫುಡ್ಡನ್ನು ನೀವು ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರ. ಸೊ ಯಾವ ಫುಡ್ಡು ಕೂಡ ಅಷ್ಟು ಟೇಸ್ಟಿ ಆಗಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈನು ಕೂಡ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಹೌದಾ? ಓಕೆ, ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟು ಆಬ್ವಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ಯು ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ದ ರಿವ್ಯೂ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಫುಡ್ ಯಾವುದು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಬರ್ತೀರಾ. ಬಟ್ ಎಗೇನ್ ನೀವು ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದೇ ಹೋಟೆಲ್ಗೆ ವಿಸಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ನೋ. ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಏನಂತೀರಾ ನೀವು, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗಿದ್ವಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ವೆರೈಟಿ ಫುಡ್ನು ತಿಂದ್ವಿ ಅಪ್ಪ, ಬಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಕೂಡ ಅಷ್ಟು ಟೇಸ್ಟಿ ಆಗಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ನಮಗೆ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ, ವಾವ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ನೀವು ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ, ಹೌದಾ? ಬಟ್ ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಎಸ್ ನನ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಹೋಗಿದ್ರಂತೆ, ಅವರು ಏನದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಏನೋ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಏನು ಐಟಮ್ಸು ಫುಡ್ ಏನಾಗಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈ ಆಗಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಟೇಸ್ಟಿ ಆಗಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇದೇ ಥರ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮೌತ್ ಟು ಮೌತ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಪಬ್ಲಿಸಿಟಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. that is negatively. Obviously, but ನೀವು ಮತ್ತೆ ನೀವು ಹೋಟೆಲ್ಗೆ ವಿಸಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? No, you used to be visit for another hotel. Which hotel is going to be give a 100% satisfaction by a good and hygienic taste and food for you. ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ಆ ಟೇಸ್ಟ್ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಯ್ತು, ನಿಮಗೆ ಆ ಕ್ಲೆನ್ಲಿನೆಸ್, ಆ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡಿಂಗ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್, ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ again you used to be provide the positive response to your neighbors or relatives or some other friends, family, everything. ಹೌದಾ? So that is why a customer satisfaction is very important. When the customers has been satisfied, automatically there has been going to be increase in the demand. So when the demand has been increased, the production also going to be increased, because ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ನಾವು ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿದೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅಂದಾಗ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ವಿ ಮೇಕ್ ಅ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್? ನೋ. Even the sale is going to be increased. Automatically we are going to be in the condition of earning the profit. The best example Patanjali. ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಇಷ್ಟು ಒಂದು 5 years ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಏನ್ ಬಂತು, ಪತಾಂಜಲಿ ಅಂತ ಬಂತು. ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಯಾವುದು ಕೂಡ ಅಷ್ಟು ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇವಾಗ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಪತಾಂಜಲಿ ಅಂತ ಬಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದೊಂದು ವೆರೈಟಿ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಬಂದು ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಬಂದ್ರು. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಯ್ತು ಅದನ್ನ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಬಂದ್ರು. ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಏನಾಯ್ತಾ ಬಂತು, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಹೋಯ್ತು. ಬಟ್ ಈಗ ಅಟ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾನರ್. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಫ್ಲಕ್ಚುಯೇಷನ್, ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಡಿಕ್ಲೈನ್. Is it? So this is so that's why there has been very important role customer satisfaction, or satisfying the human being needs and wants. So this is the definition of business. So in the today class we have learned meaning of business. That is first thing the syllabuses we have discussed, and meaning of business. And the next one, economic activity and non-economic activity. What are their meaning and what are their types, and along with the definition of a business we are going to be discussed in the today classes. For the next session we are going to be continue with the that is a characteristics of business we are going to be discuss. If you people have any doubts in the classes or present classes, you can directly communicate in the WhatsApp groups. Either you will be having a group, in the group you people will be having my contact. In that contact also you can directly contact and you can ask the questions. So thank you.